Let me start with a simple truth. Most people learn too late. You don't get tired because life is hard. You get tired because you give your energy to things that don't deserve it. Energy is not just physical strength. It's mental focus. It's emotional resilience. It's spiritual clarity. And once it's drained, no amount of motivation can replace it. That's why protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's intelligent survival. The first rule is this: be intentional about where your attention goes. Attention is energy in motion. Whatever you focus on grows: fear, confidence, doubt, or discipline. If you wake up every day consuming negativity, drama, and comparison, don't be surprised when your spirit feels heavy. The mind is a gatekeeper. Guard it. Choose what enters, because what enters eventually controls you. The second rule: stop negotiating with people who drain you. Some individuals don't want peace, progress, or growth. They want access. Access to your emotions, access to your reactions, access to your time. Every yes you give them is a no to yourself. Learn this: distance is not disrespect. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for both sides is to step back and protect your inner balance. The third rule is discipline over emotion. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. When your life lacks structure, chaos steals your energy. Late nights, inconsistent habits, unmanaged goals, these don't just waste time, they weaken the mind. Discipline creates predictability, and predictability creates peace. When your daily actions are aligned, your energy stops leaking in unnecessary directions. The fourth rule: master your inner conversation. The voice you hear most is your own. If that voice is constantly critical, doubtful, or fearful, you're fighting yourself every day. That's exhausting. Speak to yourself with honesty, but also with respect. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your worst moments. Energy flows where belief lives. And finally, the fifth rule: live with purpose. Purpose acts like a filter. When you know why you're here, distractions lose their power. Petty conflicts fade, opinions shrink. Purpose gives your energy direction, and directed energy creates impact. Without purpose, energy scatters. With purpose, energy multiplies. Remember this: the world will always demand more from you. More effort, more time, more emotion. But greatness isn't about giving more, it's about giving wisely. Protect your energy and you protect your future, because the life you want doesn't require more strength, it requires better focus. Your energy is your most valuable currency, far more precious than money, status, or approval, because everything you achieve in life is paid for with it. Every dream you chase, every relationship you build, every problem you solve requires energy: mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Money can be lost and regained, but wasted energy is time and life that never returns. This is why the quality of your life is not determined by how busy you are, but by how wisely you invest yourself. Many people feel exhausted, not because they are doing too much, but because they are doing too much of what does not matter. Energy follows intention. When you live without awareness, your energy leaks in all directions, into unnecessary arguments, comparisons, regrets about the past, and anxieties about the future. These silent leaks slowly drain your strength until one day you wake up feeling empty, unmotivated, and disconnected from yourself. This is not weakness, it is mismanagement. Just as a wise investor studies where to place their money, a wise individual studies where to place their attention, emotions, and effort. Every choice you make is an energetic decision, whether you realize it or not. Protecting your energy begins with understanding that not everything deserves a reaction. Silence can be powerful. Restraint can be strength. When you respond to every provocation, you give away control. When you try to please everyone, you divide yourself into pieces. True power comes from knowing when to engage and when to conserve. Energy saved today becomes clarity tomorrow. Clarity leads to better decisions, and better decisions shape a better future. Your environment also plays a critical role. What you listen to, what you watch, who you surround yourself with, all of it either fuels you or drains you. Energy is contagious. Negativity spreads faster than discipline, and fear spreads faster than hope. If you constantly place yourself in draining environments, your spirit will always feel tired no matter how strong you are. Choose environments that challenge you to grow, not ones that trap you in survival mode. Ultimately, respecting your energy is respecting your life. When you value your energy, you value your purpose. You stop wasting yourself on distractions and start investing in direction. Life doesn't ask you to give everything to everyone. It asks you to give your best to what truly matters. Not everyone deserves access to your time, emotions, or inner world, and realizing this is a sign of maturity, not arrogance. Many people confuse kindness with availability, believing that being a good person means being endlessly accessible. But when you allow everyone to reach you, influence you, and interrupt your peace, you slowly lose yourself. Access is powerful. Who you allow close enough to affect your thoughts and emotions can either strengthen you or silently weaken you. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Some people are not meant to walk with you, they are meant to reveal something to you. They come into your life as lessons, not lifelong companions. When their season ends, holding on out of guilt or habit becomes emotionally expensive. You feel drained after conversations, confused after interactions, or heavy without knowing why. That heaviness is your inner intelligence signaling that something is out of alignment. Ignoring that signal doesn't make you loyal, it makes you exhausted. Boundaries are not walls built out of anger. They are filters built out of self-respect. They decide what enters your mental and emotional space. When you lack boundaries, you give others permission to project their fears, frustrations, and insecurities onto you. Over time, you begin carrying emotional weight that was never yours to begin with. This is how people lose clarity, confidence, and direction, by holding emotional baggage they did not pack. There is a psychological truth many avoid. Some people benefit from your confusion, your self-doubt, and your constant availability. When you begin to grow, change, or protect your peace, resistance often appears. People may call you distant, selfish, or cold. But growth always disrupts unhealthy access. You must decide whether you want approval or alignment. Both rarely coexist. Learning to say no is an act of self-preservation. Every no protects a deeper yes to your goals, your peace, your future. Distance, when chosen consciously, creates space for reflection and renewal. It allows you to hear your own thoughts again, to feel your own emotions without interference. This is where strength is rebuilt. Protecting your energy does not mean rejecting people. It means choosing yourself wisely. You can be compassionate without being consumed. You can love without losing balance. When you control access to your life, you regain authority over your energy, and with it the power to move forward with clarity and purpose. Discipline is often misunderstood as restriction, but in truth, it is protection. It protects your time from being stolen, your focus from being scattered, and your energy from being wasted. When discipline is absent, life becomes reactive. You wake up responding instead of directing, surviving instead of building. Chaos may feel exciting for a moment, but over time, it drains the mind and weakens the spirit. Structure, on the other hand, creates stability, and stability preserves energy. Every undisciplined habit has an invisible cost. Late nights steal tomorrow's clarity. Inconsistency steals confidence. Procrastination steals peace. These losses are subtle, but they accumulate. Eventually, you find yourself mentally tired before the day even begins. Discipline interrupts this cycle. It removes the need to constantly negotiate with yourself. When your actions are decided in advance, your mind rests. Fewer decisions mean less mental fatigue, and less fatigue means more available energy for what truly matters. Emotion is powerful, but it is unreliable. If you build your life on how you feel, your energy will rise and fall without warning. Discipline creates consistency when motivation disappears. It allows you to move forward even when enthusiasm is absent. This is not about being harsh with yourself. It is about being honest. Growth does not require perfect conditions. It requires commitment. Discipline turns intention into behavior, and behavior into identity. There is also psychological safety in routine. When your mind knows what comes next, it feels secure. That security frees cognitive space for creativity, problem solving, and vision. Without discipline, the mind remains in survival mode, constantly reacting to urgency and distraction. In that state, energy is burned rapidly and inefficiently. Discipline shifts you from survival to strategy. Protecting your energy means designing a life that supports you instead of draining you. This includes disciplined sleep, Focused work periods, intentional rest, and clear priorities. Rest without discipline becomes escapism. Discipline without rest becomes burnout. Balance is the mastery. In the end, discipline is self-respect in action. It is the decision to value your future more than your temporary comfort. When you choose discipline, you are choosing long-term strength over short-term relief. You are choosing to protect your energy, not just for today, but for the life you are building. The most influential voice in your life is the one that speaks when no one else is around. Long after conversations end and crowds disappear, that inner voice remains, shaping how you interpret failure, success, and your own worth. If that voice is harsh, doubtful, or fearful, it becomes an invisible enemy, draining your energy from within. You can work hard, stay disciplined, and still feel exhausted if your inner dialogue is constantly undermining you. This is why mastering your self-talk is not motivational fluff. It is psychological necessity. Every thought carries emotional weight. Repeated thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs quietly dictate behavior. When you repeatedly tell yourself that you are not ready, not capable, or not enough, your mind accepts it as truth. Energy then shifts from creation to self-defense. You stop moving forward freely and start protecting yourself from imagined failure. This internal resistance is exhausting. Many people are not tired from effort, they are tired from internal conflict. Awareness is the first step to control. You must listen to how you speak to yourself under pressure, disappointment, and uncertainty. Do you encourage yourself, or do you attack yourself? Do you analyze mistakes, or do you turn them into identity labels? The mind does not distinguish well between constructive instruction and destructive criticism. Both feel like commands. Choose your words carefully, because your mind is always listening. Positive self-talk does not mean lying to yourself or ignoring reality. It means speaking with clarity, responsibility, and belief. It means saying, "This is difficult, but I am capable of learning," instead of "This proves I'm not good enough." One statement drains energy, the other directs it. The difference is subtle, but the impact is massive. When your inner voice becomes disciplined and intentional, something powerful happens. Your energy stabilizes. You stop swinging between extremes of confidence and doubt. You recover faster from setbacks. You move with quieter strength. Inner alignment reduces friction, and less friction means more available energy. Ultimately, protecting your energy requires self-respect at the level of thought. You cannot insult your way into excellence or shame your way into growth. When your inner dialogue becomes an ally instead of an opponent, your energy stops fighting itself and starts working for you. Purpose is what gives energy direction. Without it, effort becomes scattered and exhaustion becomes inevitable. When a person does not know why they are doing what they do, every challenge feels heavier, every delay feels personal, and every distraction feels tempting. Energy without purpose leaks into trivial conflicts, shallow pleasures, and endless noise. This is why many people stay busy yet feel empty. Movement without meaning drains faster than stillness. When you are clear about your purpose, something changes internally. You begin to filter life differently. Not every opportunity excites you, and not every opinion matters to you. Purpose sharpens your focus. It tells you what deserves your energy and what does not. You stop chasing everything and start committing to something. That commitment conserves energy because indecision is one of the greatest sources of mental fatigue. A focused mind rests even while working. Purpose also transforms pain. Difficulties do not disappear, but they become tolerable because they are attached to a reason. The mind can endure almost anything when it understands the why behind it. Without purpose, hardship feels like punishment. With purpose, it feels like training. One interpretation drains energy, the other strengthens it. This shift is not emotional, it is psychological. Living with purpose also protects you from external validation traps. When your direction comes from within, you are less dependent on applause, approval, or recognition. You no longer need to prove yourself to people who are not aligned with your path. That freedom saves enormous emotional energy. You begin to move quietly, confidently, and with intention. Purpose does not have to be dramatic or perfectly defined. It evolves as you grow. What matters is that you are consciously aligned with something larger than comfort. Growth demands energy, but misalignment demands more. When your actions contradict your values, your energy is constantly being spent on internal tension. Alignment removes that tension. In the end, purpose is not about achievement. It is about coherence. When your thoughts, actions, and values point in the same direction, your energy multiplies. You waste less of yourself explaining, defending, or doubting. You become efficient with your life force. And when energy is refined by purpose, ordinary actions begin to carry extraordinary power.